A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Everton v Watford match pack review. A draw at Vicarage Road has left Marco Silva's side with 3 points from his first Premier League game.
But is Lampard out of the woods yet? Is it the start of the end for Everton manager Frank Lampard? Let's take a closer look at the game in this match pack. This match will not be as straightforward as it looks.
Read on to find out who won and who lost. Watford draw 0-0 with Everton in the Premier League.
If you are a fan of the Premier League, then you may be interested to read the report on Watford's 0-0 draw with Everton. The game was a nervy one, but you can't blame the hosts for being unlucky in the end.
The hosts dominated possession for the majority of the game, but they were unable to find a winner. The poor performance of Everton left fans apprehensive, and the match pack was a must-have for all Watford supporters.
Everton have 2 games left to make up for the loss to Watford. The 2 teams are both in the bottom 3 of the table, and a win will take them above the relegation zone.
However, this game was never going to be a cakewalk, and the visitors had a poor first half. In addition, Everton struggled to create clear-cut chances.
Watford lacked the talent to test Jordan Pickford and force Ben Foster into a save. While Everton remain in 16th, they have pushed their distance from the relegation zone to 2 points.
Their next game is at home against Brentford, who are second from the bottom. Watford ended a run of 6 consecutive defeats and are now looking to make the top half of the table.
So how does this result affect Watford's position? Everton boss Frank Lampard not out of the woods yet.
Everton manager Frank Lampard has faced a lot of criticism in recent months, but there is no denying that his side missed a chance to give their survival fight a boost after a 1-1 draw at Leeds on Saturday. Although Lampard has managed to secure some crucial signings, the only blip in his side's recent form was the injury to Ben Godfrey.
The former Chelsea midfielder has not recovered from the injury and is now an ESPN pundit, but the striker has been able to turn around the club's fortunes.
Lampard's clenched fist salute in celebration of Everton's win at Goodison Park has boosted the club's confidence levels. The team's win at Goodison Park has been the first in 3 years to produce a sold-out home crowd.
While Lampard has been in the job for just 3 years, his first season in the Premier League, he has already done wonders for Everton. After all, he managed to transform a hapless squad into a feared force, and he has since been linked with a move to Watford.
After all, he was the one who personally phoned the new players to ensure that they would sign. Everton have a good chance of staying up with a win over Bournemouth.
Everton had won 4 of 5 matches and have moved up to 16th. Everton's recent run has helped them climb out of the relegation zone but is still far from being safe.
Burnley and Leeds are also in the fight to stay up. If they fail to win this game, Lampard's side will be heading for the championship.
Marco Silva's first visit to Vicarage Road as a visiting manager in the Premier League. Watford have been stuttering in the Premier League and have not won a game in their last 3 away trips.
Marco Silva returned to Vicarage Road on his first Premier League visit since being sacked as manager at the beginning of last season. Watford had been unbeaten in 7 Premier League games before Silva's arrival at the club.
It was a strange matchup for Watford, who sacked Silva after the end of last season. Silva was unable to implement his style with the players he had inherited from the club.
Everton's approach to the game was a major factor in snatching Silva from his role at Watford. It also didn't help that Silva was a Portuguese international.
The atmosphere at Vicarage Road was incredibly hostile. Silva was booed by the home crowd, and the pre-match playlist featured songs by Al Wilson, Justin Timberlake, and Kelly Clarkson.
However, Silva's team did manage to score the winning goal, thanks to Andre Gray's volley. Everton had a 17-day break between home and away games, and Silva and his players had time to regroup.
The Italian has been a popular manager in England, but he has a mixed record in Europe. His best work has come with Olympiacos, where he finished 35 points clear at the top.
However, his first visit to Vicarage Road as a visiting manager in the Premier League is likely to be the most difficult. If he fails, the Italian may be out of the Premier League.
Emran Luza and Nicolas N'Gulu unavailable for toughies. The Blues are without Nicholas Nkulu and Imran Louza for the trip to Burnley.
The defender has been out with a knee problem and has only made 3 league appearances. Everton also have a number of other players out through injury, including Kiko Femenia and Tom Cleverley.
Despite being in training, they are unlikely to be available for the match. While the 2 players are absent for this game, Everton will be looking for 3 points in their next Premier League game.
Last week's 2-1 win over Leicester City ended a run of 15 games without a league win. Watford, meanwhile, have won just once in their last 6 Premier League outings, with 1 win in their last 6.
The Blues could be without 9 players this weekend after suffering injuries to Imran Louza and Nicholas Nkulu amid the injury concerns. Watford host Chelsea on Saturday.
The Blues sit just 1 point above the bottom 3 and know a loss would push them into the drop zone. They have a late equaliser against Newcastle, while Norwich have also scored in their last 2 matches to lift their spirits.
Either side will have a full squad to select from, but Tuchel is hopeful they can be fit for the game. Highlights to be shown at midnight.
Watching the highlights from the Everton v Watford match live online is an excellent option for those who want to keep up with the action. The game is not being shown live on television, but it will be available on the BBC website and iPlayer app.
You can also watch the game in its entirety at the website, which offers free bets and bonuses for new customers. So to watch the game live, you will need to be a member of the club or subscribe to Sky Sports Premier League.
You can watch the build-up on MUTV starting at 1300 British Summer Time. There is also radio commentary available for this game.
After midnight, you can watch the full match on Sky Sports. If you are a season ticket holder, you are automatically a member of the club and can access the members' content by logging into your account.
In the game, Everton earned a point against Watford, but it was not enough to move them away from the relegation zone. Everton has now scored just once in 12 Premier League games this season and 21 this season.
Norwich, on the other hand, has failed to score in 18 Premier League games this season. However, Watford haven't scored in 6 Premier League games in a row, and they'll be hoping to do so with some new signings in the summer.
Previous meetings between the 2 sides. There are several potential scenarios for the next meeting between the 2 sides.
For example, the League and the Union can agree to a shorter spring, keeping opening day on March 31. Both sides would also agree to modify the roster limits and condense the schedule to reduce the amount of time players play each week.